Understanding implantation bleeding at 18 DPO.
Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to discuss a topic that's very important for those trying to conceive: implantation bleeding at 18 DPO, days past ovulation. This is a phenomenon that some women might experience, and it can often be mistaken for menstruation. Let's break down what it is, its signs and symptoms, and how it differs from your regular period.
What is implantation bleeding?
Implantation bleeding is a form of very light bleeding that can occur as the fertilized egg implants itself into the lining of the uterus. This generally happens 6 to 12 days after ovulation, but it could be as late as 18 DPO for some women. The main reason for the confusion between implantation bleeding and menstruation is their timing, as they can occur around the same time. However, there are several distinct signs and symptoms that can help differentiate implantation bleeding from a regular menstrual period.
Signs and symptoms of implantation bleeding.
There are several signs and symptoms of implantation bleeding that can help you distinguish it from your regular period. 1. Timing. Implantation bleeding typically occurs before your expected menstrual cycle, although it can overlap. If you're keeping track of your ovulation and notice bleeding or spotting at 18 DPO, it could potentially be implantation bleeding. 2. Color. The color of implantation bleeding can vary, but it's usually lighter in color than a regular period. It might appear as light pink or brownish discharge. 3. Quantity. The amount of bleeding is another key sign. Implantation bleeding is typically lighter and doesn't last as long as a period. It's more like spotting than a regular flow. 4. Cramping. Mild cramping can be a sign of implantation. However, the cramps that accompany implantation bleeding are typically less severe than those of a regular menstrual cycle. 5. Other symptoms. Some women may experience symptoms such as mild headaches, mood swings, or breast tenderness. However, these symptoms can also occur with a regular period.
How is it different from a regular period?
Comparing implantation bleeding to a regular period, the latter is typically characterized by a heavier flow that lasts longer, 4-7 days, is bright red in color, and can be accompanied by significant cramping. Timing, color, quantity, and accompanying symptoms can help differentiate between the two. In conclusion, implantation bleeding at 18 DPO may display signs such as lighter color, lesser quantity, and mild cramping, distinguishing it from a regular period. However, it's essential to remember that every woman's body is unique, and these signs can vary. If you believe you're experiencing implantation bleeding, and especially if you're trying to conceive, it might be beneficial to take a pregnancy test or consult a healthcare professional. We hope this video has provided you with useful information about implantation bleeding. Remember to keep track of your symptoms and consult your healthcare provider if you have any questions or concerns.